Yeah. He says, in the novel Warlegan, the point of departure for the relevant scene is indeed consistent with the potential for break. But what then actually happens is not described, but is left entirely to one's imagination. The only way to judge what my father intended is to read the novels as a whole. Doing so, it becomes clear from earlier scenes, as well as from Elizabeth's immediate reactions and later mixed emotions, that what finally happened was consensual sex born of long-term love and longing. So so we worked, I worked with him before I actually set off writing the script. So he basically, we can't go any, we haven't got Winston Graham to ask what his intention was. We only have what his father, what his son said, and that was his statement. So that is this is how we, and of course you haven't seen the scene yet, nobody's seen it, so it's not quite as straightforward as that makes it sound. I think that you will find that there is a lot of kind of ambiguity about the scene nonetheless, but I think that is the one you're referring to.
I mean, in terms of the cat, he is a deeply flawed, complicated hero, isn't he? He's not just a kind of classic, a kind of one-dimensional hero. I mean, in terms of playing him, there's all kinds of things about him that are a bit dodgy, aren't they?
Well, that's what makes it fun,
right?
Yeah. I mean, that's when he feels like a real man to me, not just this, staple, iconic figure. This Robin Hood kind of guy. He feels real. He is flawed. I mean, he makes fundamental, terrible mistakes and doesn't even know how to apologise for them properly. Until he sees that Demelza is upset, he's going, I've got to do something about this. Maybe I mucked up. I mean, I don't know, but I do it all the time. I mean, but he does learn, and I think he accepts that in himself, and a lot of time has passed, and you can see him getting better with these things, better with Demelza, but fundamentally, I mean, he's a dude who mucks up and makes mistakes. I mean, who wants him to be benevolent all the time?
I don't think we've ever discussed, we've never called him a hero.
We've
never actually used that word
in
regards to him. We've always said he was flawed, and that there's loads of things that actually you want to hit him for.
Of course, I think that's why you love him. If he was just a hero, why would we? It wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't feel real, and it wouldn't be wrong.
And for you, I mean, Demelza must be constantly furious. I mean, not only does he go up and leave her in bed while he goes wood chopping.
Without bringing a cappuccino up.
Right. He's constantly kind of just not quite, I feel, not quite paying enough attention. Maybe is that fair?
Yeah, but I think that's what real marriage is. I think that is why people love them, is that they have a very realistic relationship. And she tells him that he's being an idiot, so,
I mean, would she love the Francis Poldark, the guy who's overly attentive possibly, or would do anything for her, and is more tuned in, more engaged? I don't know, but I think most people here probably would.
I think the key thing and again the thing that we've always kept in mind, all of us as we kind of collaborate on this together. Again, one of the things that Andrew Graham said to me is that his father had said that with the sweep of the books, 12 books, he said he wasn't writing about a perfect marriage, but he was writing about a real marriage, a marriage that endured through thick and thin, not a marriage that was, an idealised view of marriage, but which actually, did justice to how difficult it is to sustain a marriage over, 20, 30, 40 years. And that, I think, we've always kept in mind, that it's not always pretty, but it's actually real.
And in terms of, in the book, the female characters, Demelza and Elizabeth, feel very three-dimensional and kind of not just taking their husband's word for what they should do, etc. Is that in the book? Is that there? Is that, have you slightly updated that?
I think that what we all wanted to create in the first series, Demelza's a very, she's a very feisty, independent character, and that was what we depicted that, and Eleanor depicted it wonderfully in the first series. And I think it's true to say in books 3 and 4, she probably recedes a little in terms of the feistiness, the kind of proactiveness of her character, and becomes perhaps a little more, or of a kind of housewife, really. And we did feel that maybe that was a bit of a shame, and that it was, if there were ever any opportunities to make her more active and more involved in the stories, I think we have taken those opportunities. So, thank you, Debbie. Yeah. But she does make a good pie, but there is no... Yeah, exactly. We say that for granted.
We met 3 great new characters, the